Hello, hello, hello. I am Justina Evondra, and I'm welcoming you to the Live Your Truth channel. Oh, guys, I know it's been a minute. God, I am sorry. I'm gonna have to really come up with a plan that I can, like, make sure I get a video out every week, regardless of what's going on or my time frame or how busy I am. But this week I'm gonna do 2 videos. I'm going to do a part 3 to the pregnant in college video, and I'm going to do the video I'm talking about today. So today is just a random video. I just kind of wanted to come and talk to you guys and just kind of share some things and just keep y'all in the loop, let y'all know I haven't went anywhere. I'm still making videos. Before we get started, I've been reading this book. I wanted to show it to you guys. Guilt-Free. Somebody just text me or whatever. Guilt-Free Quiet Times, exposing the top 10 myths about your time with God. And so this has been a really good read. It's for anybody that's out there that's like really trying to meditate more and get closer to God and have a quiet prayer time or a quiet or just increase their prayer life. It just gives you some good information about praying and just expose some myths that we always think that it has to be on our knees, or it has to be in the same place, or it has to be done in a certain way. And so that's a really good read. A Guilt-Free Quiet Times. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say the author. Emily E. Ryan. Also, tomorrow is May the 1st, so it's going to be a new month, so I'm looking for some good reads. So if you have read some great books, you can post them in the comments and I would check them out. It doesn't have to always be like a spiritual book, but I don't like reading stuff that doesn't uplift me or give me knowledge or can be important to my growth. So, you know, just nothing trashy. I've just been kind of focused on Caitlin right now, my Katie bug. School's gonna be out in about 3 weeks, and she's been dealing with kind of like some 6th grade drama, girl drama. Oh my God, girls. I thought, you know, like when we were in school, girls could be mean, but girls can be so mean. It's just, it progressively gets worse. And I would say these messy girls turn into messy women. So, or just anybody's out there that's just raising kids or raising little people to become adults, please, let's take the time to really talk and teach and train our kids on how to handle their emotions and how to confront situations and not be so messy and drama filled. Like, life is a beautiful thing and time is precious, and you shouldn't want to spend your time on confusion, mess, and drama. And so just going through these last couple of weeks and just dealing with 6th grade girls and just like the things that's, you know, been going on between them as far as like drama wise, and kind of trying to guide Caitlin through that to make sure she processes correctly and handle it correctly, and, you know, just deal with it, learn how to really deal with it, because, you know, throughout life you're gonna have situations. It can be kind of draining, even though I'm just like the mom trying to make sure that my daughter's okay. So I've kind of been dealing with that. And so me and Caitlin actually did a video where we kind of talked about what's been going on, mother-daughter video. So I'm going to post that one as well. Also, what did I want to talk to you guys about? So tomorrow's May the 1st. So I'm starting my, God, I have just been so lax with like my workout regimen, but I'm getting back focused. You know, because I got some goals I want to make. So just, you know, keep me prayed up, encouraged in that area. And what did I want to kind of talk to you about today? Just, you know, staying free and not letting stuff affect you, and just not letting stuff bother you, and just keeping a positive attitude and just not letting the devil steal your joy. And so this is the Live Your Truth channel, so let's be truthful. Okay, so I've talked about stuff that has happened in my life. And so like some of the things, like so far videos I posted about, just kind of like been talking about like what happened with my child's father, whatever and whatnot. So my church has been having a deliverance conference, okay? And so I'm a hostess, so I have to serve. And so what that is, like, I greet people at the door, like, you know, tell people where stuff is, help people find places in the church, or like when they have conferences, you know, if somebody passes out, I'm putting a cloth over them and things like that. So for the last month, my church has been having a deliverance conference. And so I've been serving. And so it's been like Sunday, Mondays, and Tuesdays. And so I served mostly all last week, and then this week I served Sunday. And then I'm not serving today. Today's Monday, and I'm serving tomorrow because I just needed some one-on-one time after school with Caitlin. That's not me rushing to cook dinner and then run off to church and then come home and get ready for bed. Okay, but last week, so people are coming down, they're getting prayer, and they're trying to get delivered, get free from certain things that they may be dealing with. You know, everybody's issue may be different. And so the leader that's over us, she goes to each person that's serving, and she's like, do you want to get prayer? Do you want to get prayer? Do you need prayer? Do you need prayer? Do you need prayer? So she comes to me and she's like, do you need prayer? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't have, you know, any pressing needs that I need somebody to pray with me, you know, about it, you know, anything else. Cause it's kind of simple. It's just, you know, I can pray about it in my normal prayer time. So after she walks out, and then some other people get prayer, I just get this warm, like, feeling and sensation in my stomach, like you need prayer. And so, like, I'm like, really? So I just try to ignore the feeling. I'm like, I don't need prayer, okay? So then I said, yeah, I mean, I guess I feel this way, so I need prayer. So I go up to the person that was praying, and she was like, what do you want to pray about? And so I'm just like, I'm talking, and I'm like, well, really, I don't have a specific prayer or anything specific that I want to pray about, but I get, you know, I guess you can pray with me with just, you know, finding the direction of my life and whatnot, some things like that, you know, just narrowing stuff down. And so all of a sudden the lady was like, well, I hear the Lord saying this. And she said, I hear the Lord saying that you're dealing with some resentment, and you're dealing with, you're pretty free, but you might have some little resentment residue there. And you guys, before that lady could even get the words out, y'all, I start boo-hoo crying. I'm talking about crying like a newborn baby that just came out the womb. I'm talking about, I'm crying so bad that she had to like physically take her arms and wrap her arms around me. And so like I cry for a while, and then I get some tissue and I like wipe my eyes and I compose myself and I get myself together. And then she continues, you know, I hear the Lord saying. And I know it's a lot of people out here that, you know, have their different beliefs, but I am a Christian. I am a believer in God, and I do believe it is the Holy Spirit, and I do believe that God can give, he can tell you things, and he can speak to you, and he can tell, you know, another person something, you know, about you, or tell something, and that person can tell you to confirm some things, and you know that it's from God. So this is the kind of experience that I was having. And so she went ahead and she said some other things, and she was just like, yeah, you're dealing with a little resentment, and like, she's like, you may be dealing with a little unforgiveness too. And then she was like, just talking about some other things, and then she was like, you know, you have to forgive in order for God, you know, to forgive you, and, you know, go into their whole spiel. And she was like, and who are you having like some resentment and unforgiveness to? And like, I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking, and I'm like, I don't have any unforgiveness against anybody, and I I'm not resenting anybody. And then she's just talking, and she says, I hear the Lord say, and she says my ex-husband's name. Y'all, I broke down. Woo! I'm talking about I broke down. And she said, you need to forgive. And I was like, thinking to myself, I have forgave or whatever. And she was just talking, and she was like, well, she was just talking about, well, what are some of the things that happened? And then I just started, like going through some of the things that happened, like, while we were married, that kind of led up to divorce, or some of the things that I feel like that person did to spite me, or that person did that was hurtful. And I was, thinking that I'm over it. I'm fully over it. I'm fully healed. Like, I've let it go. Like, I have no issues. And so she started going through that, and we started saying prayers out loud, and just, like, I forgive this person for this and this, because sometimes what I realized, it can be stuff that's hidden deep down in our hearts that we hadn't opened ourselves to, that's so closed off that we don't even think about, but it still be like a little something there that we need to let go. So we started going through that. Okay, so then she was like, who do you have resentment to? Who are you resenting? And I was like, I'm not resenting anybody. And then she was like, I hear the Lord saying so. And she said, my child's father. And I just was like, do I resent? Am I feeling some kind of way? And then, like, I was crying. I was just like, oh my God, crying. I'm like, I'm having these feelings, because I feel like I'm a person that's very in tune with myself, and I know, like, the emotions that I'm feeling. So I'm like, I'm having these feelings, and I'm like, this is coming out, and I didn't even know that I was dealing with it, or it was affecting me. And so we went through that whole feeling. So she was like, well, why are you having those feelings? So we just, got to talking. And, I prayed, and we went through the process or whatever. So I said all that to say this. Living your truth, if you're not really willing to face your truth, then you're not living your truth. You're just having a conversation, if that makes sense. And living your truth, it's not always going to be like a pretty process, but it's going to be a freeing process if you are, like, honest and you're ready to, like, get free on that level. And so, like, in examining yourself constantly and just doing a wellness check and make sure that you are all right, because life can get hard sometimes. It can get, have different things going on. You can get frustrated, you can get down. You have to really be honest and open with yourself, and you have to really take a conscious effort to make sure that you're forgiving and that you're not holding stuff in. So after conversation, it was like, wow, I didn't think I was having resentment, but I guess we started having conversation, and I guess a little of it was going back to, like, in December of 2017, me and Caitlin's father, we went to court for an increase of child support. And so the judge granted me an increase of the child support, and then on top of that, she granted me a payment towards Caitlin's tuition. So she felt sorry for him. She felt like he couldn't pay, so she doesn't make him pay half of the tuition. She only makes him pay 1/50 of the tuition. And so this school term, Caitlin's tuition was $872.10, and he only has to pay 1/50 of that $872. We both agreed that, we wanted her to go to this school. We both agreed, like, that, it was the best fit for her personality and what it offered, like, academic wise, what it offered athletic wise. Okay. After that, so when she gave me the increase for the tuition, and she gave me the increase just in the child support in general, because Caitlin is 12 now, so she's becoming a young lady, it rounded the child support in the 500 range. Okay, so after we left court, he was upset about it because he felt like, you know, I got a household too, and how am I supposed to say that? And like, that frustrates me, you guys, because it's like, I have a household too. I mean, okay, so this is what frustrates me. God, the child support conversation can be so tricky, but this is what frustrates me. So you have men, and they say, oh, the woman getting child support, the woman is living off off the child support. She just using the child support to get her hair done. She just using the child support to get her nails done. She just using whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sure it's some women that do that. But in order for you to live off somebody's child support, that means you have to be living in poverty. I mean, below poverty. Let's just be honest. And you have to have nothing going on. But if you, I'm going to use myself as an example. You like me and you have something going on, you can't live off no $500 something a month. Like, tuition by itself is $8 something, and that doesn't even cover the cost of the lunch. That's separate. And the uniforms and the field trips and the school supplies and the extracurricular activity fees, that's just for school. That's just for school activities. The stuff that the child do outside, and hair, get her hair done, you know, want your child to look good, want to have clothes and shoes. And so, like, how am I living off of that? How am I living off of that? I mean, like, my monthly bills, you know, is more than that. So how am I living off of that? So, I mean, like, that conversation on top, it gets very frustrating to me. Okay, so get back to the story. So that was the conversation, and it was like, I have a household now, you know, I'm married, and we just had a baby, and I just can't afford that. So then my question is, you have an obligation, you have a responsibility, just like I have an obligation and I have a responsibility. So does your home life becomes more important than your child is not staying in your home? I mean, like, how does that really work out? Okay, so we went from that conversation. So after that, we really didn't talk, didn't really have any conversation. So for the first time ever since Caitlin's been born, she wanted to stay the night at her dad for Christmas Eve. So they said that his mom was just having some big things at her house, and they were going to do pajama stuff, blah, 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 whatever. So Caitlin wanted to stay. And so I'm like, oh, okay, Caitlin, that's fine. You know, you have spent, you know, all these Christmases waking up with me. So if you want to go over there, that's fine. I'm not trying to, you know, keep nobody from nobody or withhold no special moments. I don't have an issue with that. That's something that has never came up in the past, something that has never been brought up, so that's something that hadn't happened. So since it came up and that's what, you know, she wanted to do, okay, fine, she went. So Christmas Eve, she stayed over there. She spent the night on Christmas Eve. She woke up with them that morning, and she opened Christmas presents with them. And she stayed over there till about 2 o'clock, and it was between 2 or 4 she stayed over there. I can't remember the exact time. And then he brought her home, and then she opened her presents with me and my mom and my daddy. Okay. A couple of days after that, we exchanged some words. He agreed to take Caitlin to school. I was having some car issues, some car troubles, and I, you know, had a conversation with him and asked him about, you know, can he, you know, take Caitlin to school in the morning, you know, until I get those issues resolved. And so he agreed. And to me, it wasn't anything that was different, anything that was like I feel like I shouldn't have asked, because like he's never like consistently take my baby to school or picked her up since she was like in pre-K. Like either I've always taken her, either my dad has always taken her and picked her up, and just like for a short time that when I was married, my husband would do it, like however our schedule work out. And then I can honestly say like her stepmom, with the dozen times she did it, like would like actively, like if it was needed and it was like on an emergency basis, if I couldn't do it, she would pick up and drop off, whatever. So I had a conversation with him. I asked him, he agreed. So he started picking her up, taking her to school, and this what kind of frustrated me about that. Okay, so he'll pick her up, she'll be late to school. I'm getting a note home, Katie's having too many excessive tardies. Okay, so it started making me feel like, okay, so Caitlin will be the last person that you drop off from school. So you drop your son off from school, you drop your baby off to daycare, you drop my baby off. Then your response, well, it was like 8:05, 8:02, like she's still late. Like it's not important enough to get up early enough to make sure she on time too. So that kind of started bothering me. But I let it. I ain't even get big into it because I was like, you got to pick and choose your fights. Okay, and so taking her to school. After Christmas, after the court date, after all that, the Monday morning, he's supposed to come and take her to school. He didn't show up. No call, no nothing. So several days went by, no call, no nothing. So I'm trying to call his phone. So like at the last minute, I'm just like, oh my God, trying to call somebody. Can you come take Kate to school? Blah 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 blah. Because like I said, I'm having these car issues. So like I'm not like able to jump in the car right in and just take her myself. Other than that, I've always taken her. So I'm like at the last minute calling somebody, and what, boo? So come say hey, since you poke your nose and stuff around.
Hi, did you see something on my desk in my room?
Like what?
Nothing.
Like what? What you looking for?
No.
What you looking for?
My earrings.
Your earrings or your ring?
Ring, both. It was on my desk.
How did I see it? You brought your chair out into the patio when we said. I don't know. Did you look on the floor? Girl, you better find that Pandora jewelry. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm outside on the patio. She in the house and she lost something. Okay. And so, like, it was a no call. It was a no show, whatever. So, I'm like, what is going on? So, like, I'm getting frustrated because I'm like, whew, like, you are not reliable. Like, I cannot rely on you to do anything. I asked you to do something for a short time. You agreed to do it, and it's like now you're just missing the action. So I tried to call his cell phone. It was going straight to voicemail. I called his wife's cell phone. It was going straight to voicemail. Whatever. I couldn't hear anything. So I just left it alone. So I worked out an arrangement with somebody else. And so 2 weeks went by, and then all of a sudden I get this random text, and it says, "Hey, my phone hasn't been working, but anyway, my car has been down, so I'm not able to take, Caitlin to school right now." So my reaction was, now, you love Caitlin. You love your baby girl. She your princess, and you a good father. You know that you had a responsibility to take your kid to school, and you go 2 weeks without calling to let me know what's going on, to even trying to find out, even if you can do it, if she is getting to school. And then it's you haven't called to check on her once to see if she need anything. I just can't speak for somebody else, but as a parent, I don't see how you can live your life and go days and days and days and days without picking up the phone, communicating with your child, even if to say, hey, I just thought about you, how was your school day, to be an active part. But that's just me. And it was like, my phone off, but if you need to contact me, you can contact me on this random number. So I didn't even respond, because this was my whole take on it. Y'all got 2 cars at your house. You got a car and she got a car. If your car not working, how y'all getting around? And if you happen to get up extra early to take your wife to work and then to drop everybody off, why couldn't you add your daughter in that equation to make sure everybody get where they need to get? Why is it always even though I said I'm gonna do something, if I decide not to do it, it's okay. It ain't a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, that bothered me. So I didn't, you know, even bother to respond. So finally, when his phone get back on, he called me, and he was just like, my car was down, and so and so, so and so, so and so, and then he just had it just was excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. So we exchanged words about it. And he was just like, I'm unreasonable and I'm crazy. Like, I'm always unreasonable, I'm crazy when I'm demanding you or expecting you to do, you know, your parental duties. Okay, so fast forward. So then we didn't talk. So this is after December the 25th. So January passed, you haven't seen or talked to your daughter. February passed, I need to get back to the video, but you hadn't seen her, you talked to your daughter, you hadn't called her, wish her happy Valentine's Day. March passed, you haven't seen or talked to your daughter. Granted, and your daughter's birthday was in January, so you didn't get her a gift, didn't lay your eyes on her. March passed, hadn't seen, talked to her. April, today the last day of April, you call one day out of April to ask if she could go to her little baby brother's birthday party that's turning 1. Why she want to go to his birthday party that's turning 1 when you couldn't even get her no birthday gift? Like, her birthday just not important. Okay, seen and talked to her. So with January, February, March, April, 4 months. 4 months. You haven't called. You haven't, you know, called, haven't checked on her, hadn't laid your eyes on her. And as a mother that cares about your child's feelings, that's just not cool. So I said all that to say this. So when the lady was sitting there talking to me, and she was like, why? You might have some resentment and you don't know you had some resentment. So we prayed about it and working through that. And so now it's my goal to make sure that I don't allow, because a person's character, a person's integrity, you can't change. You can't make a person do anything. A person's gonna, you know, people gonna be who they are. So now, like, it's my daily goal to make sure that I stay free, that I've came so far on this journey that I'm not like angry like I used to be, and like not overly emotional like I used to be, and not like ready to pop off. Because it would have been a time that I'd be at his front door like, you know, what's up, you low down, you know. But I'm just, you know, not that person anymore, and I'm not, you know, I'm over that. I've experienced some growth, you know what I'm saying. I've worked to be healed and to be delivered, to be set free, to move forward in my life, because that stuff can hold you back. And life is so precious, and time is so precious. Who want to live their life filled up with just always confusion and drama and bitterness? I know some people, they don't feel like their life exciting if that's not going on, but that's not me. I love peace, serenity, you know, calmness. So now I'm just at a place like, what can I do? You found it, good. Okay, you found your jewelry?
Yeah, but I went in panic roll in my room, and I was trying to look under my desk, and then the thing on top of my desk fell down, so I'm going to need help putting that back up.
Okay, here I come in a minute.
Can I say hi again?
Okay, you can come say hi again.
I'm so sorry for ruining your video.
Oh no, it's fine.
Okay, hi. I'm just like, okay, so this is, I'm sorry. This is what it is. I wasn't in panic.
You found your jewelry. Okay, she got that from her birthday from her TT from
Pandora, and it's not real, like jewelry. All jewelry is real, but it's like real jewelry. So.
it's for your real jewelry. So she was panicking about losing it, and now you found it, and now your room is a mess, and your desk has toppled over. You need my help?
Yes.
Okay, here I come. I'm finna wrap up. Change Sky water out. Put Sky some fresh dog food out.
Okay.
Or see how much she had left. Okay.
She just got to finish eating.
Okay, well leave it alone. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. And so, like, now I'm in this place like, what do I need to do to stay free? And what do I need to do not to make sure I don't have those feelings of resentment? And so that's kind of like what I'm like meditating on now and what I'm focusing on. Like when she prayed for me, I let a lot of that go. You guys, oh, I cried. And it was good. Crying, cleansing, so whatever. And so just, you know, like staying healed and staying free and not letting stuff contaminate you or pull you down. That is a constant like journey. It's a constant road to be on, not getting caught up in the mess. And so now I'm just focused on like, what do I need to do that when stuff like that happens, that it doesn't affect me? Because sometimes I'm so like proactive to making sure Caitlin's okay, and to praying for Caitlin and make sure that she has a good self-image and she has a good self-esteem. And I tell her, you know, it's not anything about you, it's his immaturity, you know, and just always trying to make sure that she's okay, and have my village around encouraging her, my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law, like the people that are my friends. It was just made me think like, what do I need to do to make sure that I am, you know, like dealing with my feelings properly? Because people always say like, oh, you want somebody, if you have feelings, and you whatever you want. No, I do not want to be with any. I'm over that. Like, I don't want to be with you. But I do have emotions and feelings that can occur because I have a daughter with you that I care about deeply. And I care how she feels, and I care how she internalizes things and how she interprets things. So that's what I kind of have been pondering on right now. So like I said, this video just was like me just clearing, you know, just talking, clearing my mind, talking about like my experience that I've had, and just talking about why like prayer is so important, and letting people, I don't believe in letting everybody pray for me. Like, I have to, you know, have that feeling, but why it's important to have people that can, you know, that you can talk to and that you can be real with and you can be honest with, and it can help you work on being free. There's so many people walking around here harboring so many feelings in the inside, and those feelings are just stopping you. You miserable, you're not happy, and they're stopping you from living the best life. And you know, I'm always gonna live my best life, so I'm constantly going to, you know, check myself and be real and try to look at myself in a true picture and say, what do I need to work on? What's going on with me? But sometimes, like I did last week, you can think like, ooh, nothing's going on with me, and everything in the world going on with you. And so that's kind of just like where I have, like, you know, where I'm at with it, you know. But you know, it's all good, and I'm gonna continue to pray and continue to, like I was telling my mama, deal with it to make sure I don't have anything building up, unforgiveness wise or resentment wise towards my ex-husband, towards my child's father, towards anybody that I think that did something to me, or, and that's just anybody. It could just be anybody that, you know, have done things to you and that you may feel a certain way. You know, like being a parent, being a good parent, it's not an easy job. You know what I'm saying? It comes with a lot of sacrifice, and sometimes it comes with a lot of frustration, and sometimes it comes with a lot of tears. And I make a lot of sacrifices for my kid. My family makes a lot of sacrifices for my kids. Not just me, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother-in-law, my village. We make a lot of sacrifices for Caitlin. We do a lot for Caitlin as a family. And you know, for a person to feel like they can jump in or jump out or get mad, you know, like, and participate and not participate and choose to be, that can be frustrating. And so, you know, like, properly dealing with it and just continue to deal with that, that's a process. So I don't want to sit here and act like I always have it all figured out. And I know, like, on my last videos, you know, you laugh about stuff. Yeah, I can laugh about that because I'm over that. But you know, stuff can happen and happen, or you can just get them. I'm like, oh, you have to pull yourself back out. Like, no, I'm on my journey. I'm gonna deal with it, you know, whatnot. So, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned earlier, I'm posting, I said 2 videos this week, but it looked like it's gonna be 3 because I got on here and just started talking about this, and this is not what I had planned on talking about. So I'm gonna post 3 videos this week. I'm finna post this one, and then I have one I did with my Katie book, and then another one that's just gonna be the part 3 of the pregnant in college video. Like always, I'm still new to this. I'm still learning, so you can drop your comments and in the comment section, like, share, subscribe. This is the Live Your Truth channel. I am Justina Evondra. Thank you guys for checking me out, going on this journey with me. I must go. Apparently my daughter has tore her room down. She has broken her desk, or her bookshelf has torn but something, and she needs my help. I hope everybody has a great night and an even better week. I'll be checking back with y'all later on this week. And again, if you're looking for something great to read, guilt-free, quiet times, exposing the top 10 myths about your time with God. I really like this book. It's not a very long book, and it's written where it's easy and simple to understand. It's by Emily E. Ryan. It's an older book because I think it came out, what, 2013, so it's like fairly old, but it's still a good read. So live your truth, and hey, check me out next time. Thank you guys.